Very good afternoon, everyone. A very good afternoon and welcome to Gradeup. My name is Abhishek and I welcome you all in this really crucial session. And guys, today's topic is going to be the completion of 4 years by the GST. All right. So make sure that if you are here live with us, so kindly confirm if you can watch us and if you can see the right video clearly. All right. So that's very good. So guys, what is the topic here that we are going to see the completion of the 4 years of the GST regime. And what is that basically? Good afternoon, Tanvi. Very good afternoon. What is basically that we all know that GST, it has been a landmark change in our journey of the economic reforms, right? Since we have seen the economic reforms like the liberalization, privatization, and globalization, since then we have not been quite able to induce a lot of great reforms. However, in that process, if we count the reforms such as the introduction of the value added tax or the VAT, or after that the introduction of the GST, these are certain things which we can take the name into, right? Good afternoon, Disha. Very good afternoon. So guys, quickly share this session with your friends as well, right? And make sure that they also join it. Hello, Charan. How are you? Good afternoon. All right. So guys, those who are, I think, joining for the first time, and so that is my brief introduction for them. This is my name, and I have been guiding the UPSC aspirants since 2017, and these are the UPSC interview and mains details for me. Okay, so let's come to the context of this news, context of the topic. Basically, GST was launched on the 1st of July 2017. It has integrated India into the single common market by replacing the number of indirect taxes. Guys, we all must be aware that GST, or the goods and services tax as we call it as, so you all must be aware that it has got the various GST slabs, isn't it? Various GST slabs. So many people, they argue that should it really be called as the integrated rate of tax, or should it be really called as the one nation one tax as it was proposed to be, or it was supposed to be, right? So in that case, I would like to say something that guys, despite the different slab rates, right, it is possible because of GST that almost all the indirect taxes, they have been brought under the one head. Almost all, right? Except petroleum, alcoholic beverages, and the stamp duties, right? And therefore, it has proven to be a simple, transparent, and technology-friendly tax regime, we should say that. So can you guys tell me currently that how many different tax slabs are there, guys? Currently, can you tell me like how many tax slabs are there? Different tax slabs. Anyone? I think you all must be aware, right? You all must be aware that 42nd Gst Council meeting was held, right, in the October 2020, right? And they again revised the GST rates. All right, GST rates. Okay, so basically the slabs, we can say the slabs are again 18%, 5%, 12%, and 18%. All right, or more than that, right? So we can say that different tax slabs are there, and the highest goes for the 18, right? But originally, when this was introduced, what was the highest rate of tax? Can somebody tell me? It was 28%. It was 28%, right? So that is why we can say currently the 4 tax slabs which are applicable right now, right? So, but the effective percentage rate is declined, right? Effective percentage rate is declined. Yes. 5, 12, 18, 28. Very good, Charan. That's very good. Earlier you had replied 27, 18, 10. I did not get that from where you got it. Okay. So you can see that at least 4 common brackets are there in which the different indirect taxes can be kept. Now, as far as the achievements of the GST are concerned in the last 4 years, all right, so guys, we can simply write down these achievements. We can simply understand these achievements that recently you might be aware that in the last financial year, the collection of the GST crossed the overall amount of 1 lakh crore, right? 1 lakh crore. And it is because of the GST reform only that we have seen an increase in the revenue collection and the business registrations due to the simplified return filing system. All right. Earlier, what was happening that there were a number of the taxes which were charged. Now the taxes number are reduced. Even though the system has become more technical, sometimes due to that, obviously, technical glitches are there. But instead of multiple checkpoints, the e-way bill that has reduced the transportation and logistic costs of the establishments, right? Similarly, the e-invoicing system is there, that is to check the fake invoicing by computing the tax liabilities and matching the ITC, the input tax credit ITC. All right, and due to that we all know that our economy is currently facing, right? Our economy is currently facing what? It is currently having the, even though it is having the distressed condition, but still the proportion of the formal economy that is increasing day by day. Can you guys tell me that before the implementation of GST, which was the greatest source of tax collection in the among the indirect taxes? Among the indirect taxes, which was the biggest source of income for the government? Anyone? Try to find the answer. All right. And also, if we see that, one more thing that which can be asked in the exam as well, that what is the minimum amount of the turnover, okay, turnover that is required for any firm to be registered or to be getting a valid GST IN or GST number. Okay, so these things are, you know, something very important to related to the exam. All right, but this particular topic is not as useful for the prelims as it is for the mains. Why? The question can directly be asked that despite several criticisms, GST has proven itself to be a milestone in the reforms of the income tax regimes in India. Discuss. Simple question, 150 words. You have to highlight the achievements of GST, and that is you can do simply by writing it. Okay, so this is how it can be done. Now moving further, what are the areas of concern? So guys, we have seen the increase in the overall revenue collection. We have seen increase. Okay, so there are some answers by Charan and Tanvi. Okay, VAT was the right answer. Okay, VAT was the right answer because VAT was the, you can say it was a predecessor of the GST. It was a predecessor of the GST. Like before GST, the value added tax, that was a big reform which was introduced. All right. Now, if we see, right, if we see further the concern areas, so this is also very essential to understand, right? Very essential to understand. Why? Guys, we all might have heard that the Finance Commission recently chaired by N.K. Singh, right? It had reported the concerns like the multiplicity of the tax rates. Multiplicity of the tax rates. Okay. So we all know that there are multiple slabs in the GST regime as well, right? The GST regimes as well. So definitely due to that, what happens? there is definitely certain confusion sometimes. For example, there were a lot of disputes related to the rate of GST applicable on the life-saving drugs or applicable on the sanitary napkins, etc. So those are, quite, you can say, disturbing things even today. They are still in the need of the reforms, right? Now, then if we go further for the other changes as well, right, for the other changes as well, then we can realize that even the central government, that is also relying increasingly on the cess and special surcharges. That means what? Somewhere we are getting the not so great picture of what? That despite the increase in the overall income, guys, maybe that increase is not due to the real increase in the GST. Maybe that is due to the increase in the cess and surcharges. So what does that indicate? Guys, it is very simple to understand that if you are suppose getting the increase in the total income because your business has increased, okay, I am talking about the government, because your business has increased, so that is a good thing. But if your income is increasing because you are increasing the collection, so even if the income of government will increase, later on what will it do? It will be depriving the enterprises from their profit, therefore resulting into the decline in the overall valuation of the business, and finally overall collection of the taxes will also decline. All right, so this is why this is a big matter of concern for the government, that they are earning more and more by increasing the cess and special surcharges, but not exactly the same thing is visible in the pool of taxes, right? Recently, one more concern arise. You all might have heard that some of the states, they had filed a case, right? Filed a case in the Supreme Court related to the, in fact, they had also raised this matter in the Gst Council, that was related to the distribution of their share in the GST, right? Distribution of their shares in the GST. So that can also become a matter of concern. That is the lack of cooperation or lack of the clarity, right? Despite the 50% sharing is there, right? Despite that, still the share of the states that is also collected in the center only and later on compensated to the states. So they are not quite satisfied with that collection. Why? Because of the features of GST, certain features of GST. What are they? Let us check that. Guys, you all might be aware that in other taxes, for example, in the stamp duty, if we talk about stamp duty levied by the central government but collected by the state government and utilized by the state government or appropriated by the state government, right? So what does that mean? Should we believe that GST might also have gone in that way? Then it would have been a very you can say a very non-profitable type of reform for the central government. So central government wanted to make GST its cash cow. However, the state governments were also not ready to leave the share. So that is why GST distribution is a big concern among the states and the center, right? Now let us see the certain key features of GST, that how does it work. Acha, meanwhile, can you tell me, guys, that which constitutional amendment, actually not amendments, which constitutional amendment was done to bring GST, or which article that was inserted or that got impacted due to the GST. If you are aware about these things, again, it is going to benefit you in the exam. about the questions, right? So now let us understand the GST Council. It's a governing body of GST headed by the finance minister. And guys, all the states which have the finance ministers, their presence is also mandatory into the GST Council. All right. What is the work of that? Simple implementation of the GST and occasional revision of the tax rates. All right. Like we saw that 42nd GST Council meeting had taken place in October, right? So similarly, the GST Council keeps on doing the meetings and keeps on changing the slab for the different products, right? Different products. How many types of GST are there? So guys, there are total 4 types of GST. Which are they? CGST, that is central. SGST, that is the state's GST. Then IGST, that is the integrated GST. All right, that is the integrated GST. And then there is the UTGST, right? UTGST, that is called as the Union Territory, right? Union Territory GST. All right. So, what are the meanings of all these things, right? So, guys, first of all, if we talk about the UTGST, right, or the CGST, SGST, I think it's clear to everybody. If we talk about the UTGST, right, so this was actually brought through the UTGST Act 2017, applicable to the Union Territories of Andaman Nicobar, Lakshadweep, Dadar Nagar Haveli and Daman and Diu, Chandigarh, and for now these are also applicable on the states of the ex-states of Jammu and Kashmir. Okay, ex-state of Jammu and Kashmir, as well as currently it is applicable in Ladakh. Okay. Now talking about the IGST, right? IGST, what is that? Guys, that is the integrated GST, right? That is the integrated GST. What is the meaning of that? Guys, IGST, it is the third component of GST that is levied and collected only by the central government on the interstate supplies. Interstate supplies. All of you must be aware that as per our constitution, there can be no charge of any taxes by one state when the goods are entering or leaving from it, entering into or leaving from this state for any other state. So that means there can be no interstate charging of the taxes by the state. All right, but central government can charge the taxes. So that tax we call as the integrated GST or IGST, where the interstate transfer of the goods, they are chargeable by the central government and it is collected by the central government and appropriated by it. That means all the income goes to central government. Okay. So this is why these are the 4 types: IGST, UTGST. We all are aware about CGST and SGST. Now, the third feature is the guaranteed compensation. What is that? So guys, here GST Act guarantees 14% annual growth in the tax revenue for the states. Now, this is the root cause of the problem, right? This is the root cause of the problem. Why? Because if we observe in the last 5 years, right? If you observe in the last 5 years since 2015-16, then this guaranteed compensation scheme, actually, it has brought a lot of pendency on the account of the central government, right? On the account of the central government, due to which I think 17 states had gone to the Supreme Court related to their demand of the pending compensation which they were supposed to get from the central government, right? Why? Because the act itself promised that the loss of the revenue occurred on the states, that will be compensated by the 14% annual growth for the next 5 years since 2015-16. Got it? So this is why it is considered as a problematic matter. All right, guys. So that's all for the today's work, and make sure that you definitely cover this cover this topic, because GST has been a consistent topic. Okay, directly or indirectly there have been the questions from it. So guys, the councils, in fact, one more thing I would like to suggest to all of you, that recently there has been a new ministry formed under the current government, the Ministry of Cooperation. Ministry of Cooperation. Guys, this is something very novel. It is something very, very novel. Okay, so whatever details you are getting about this step of the government, kindly go through those details, because this may be, the cooperation is always a favorite topic of UPSC. The cooperation among the states, among the ministries, the cooperation at the different level of the government itself, this has been a very favorite topic of UPSC, so you can expect certain questions. All right. So guys, what type of questions can be asked from the for the mains perspective? So you can, for example, see this question. Question is there that the multiplicity of the tax slabs in GST has widely deterred the essence of reforms intended to be achieved from it. Comment or critically analyze, critically examine. So this is the question for the mains perspective, right? It can be answered in 150 words. Okay, everyone, 150 words. The multiplicity of the tax slabs in the GST has widely deterred the essence of the reforms intended to be achieved from it. यानी GST में कर, है ना, करों की विविधता या करों के कई भागों ने उस सुधार की अवधारणा को धूमिल कर दिया है जिसके लिए जीएसटी लाया गया था. क्रिटिकली एग्जामिन. ठीक है, तो आपको थोड़ा सा नेगेटिव पॉइंट हाईलाइट करना है. यू हैव टू हाईलाइट द नेगेटिव पॉइंट्स हियर, that what are the negative features, what are the negative you can say effects of the multiplicity of the taxation slabs, and how is it creating the hindrance in the successful or even better implementation of the GST than it is right now. Okay, everyone, so this is how you have to proceed in your answer. All right, and those students who have submitted the answers to me, so they will be getting the response on their answers by today itself. Okay, you all can write down these answers and submit on the doubts portal of Gradeup application. Okay, Gradeup app. All right, so make sure that you write the answer, because practice is what makes the man perfect. So you also, if you are willing to become perfect in the answer writing as well, so guys, do practice at least one question daily, right? So that will be giving you a habit of writing the answers. And if you are willing to start your preparation right now, if you are a new student, so you can definitely join our platform for all the limited benefits, and you can call on this number in case of any queries or any concerns if you have. If you are subscribing to the Gradeup Super, then guys, you are going to get a lot of benefits, such as the structured study plans. No tension of making any daily timetable for you. We will be doing that for you. Expert faculty members will be provided to you. and best study materials along with the quiz and mock tests, etc. So guys, call on this number today itself and get yourself registered with us. These are the faculty members. I will be teaching you the subject of history and culture. Other faculties will be teaching you the different subjects, and all of the faculties have appeared in the UPSC interviews multiple times. All right. So that's all for today, guys. Make sure that you also join us on the Telegram group as well, and don't forget to share this video with your friends and subscribe to the YouTube channel of Gradeup IAS. If you love this video, love the information, guys, so don't forget to hit the like button, and if you have any suggestions for us, so do comment in the comment box and let us know about that. Thanks a lot. Take care, everybody. All the best and have a great day. Thank you so much. Jai Hind.